Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am VC Pramod and with me is Abhinit Shukla with the evening news. The headlines. India marks 1 year of its nationwide vaccination drive against COVID-19. Over 157 crore doses administered so far. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says country's vaccination program helped in saving lives and protecting livelihoods. Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia releases commemorative postal stamp to mark 1 year of vaccination program. Prime Minister to deliver State of the World special address at World Economic Forum's Davos agenda through video conferencing tomorrow. First National Startup Day being observed today. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh says Purple Revolution is Jammu and Kashmir's contribution to Startup India. 11 people die after consuming illicit liquor in Nalanda district of Bihar. IMD forecasts severe cold in Punjab, Haryana, Delhi for the next 2 days. Tsunami threat around Pacific Basin from huge undersea volcanic eruption begins to recede. In badminton, Lakshya Sen clinches men's singles title of India Open. Pair of Satvik Sairaj Ranki Reddy at Chirag Shetty lift the men's doubles trophy. Tennis star Novak Djokovic deported from Australia after losing legal battle to stay in the country. Australian Open begins tomorrow. As the number of COVID-19 cases is rising fast in several parts of the country, we appeal to our listeners to be vigilant and get fully vaccinated and help others, including children between 15 and 18 years, get vaccinated. With the new Omicron variant of coronavirus causing concern, please continue to follow the 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID information and guidance, contact National Helpline number 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. India today marked the first anniversary of the launch of the nationwide vaccination drive against COVID-19. The country has successfully administered over 157 crore doses of the vaccine. The drive was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the 16th of January last year. This is the world's largest vaccination program covering the entire length and breadth of the country. Vaccination was made free for everyone above 18 years of age on the 21st of June 2021. The current vaccine production capacity of Covishield in India is approximately 25 crore doses per month, and that of Covaxin is around 6 crore doses per month. The Prime Minister today saluted each and every individual who is associated with the COVID-19 vaccination on completion of 1 year of the drive. In a series of tweets, Mr. Modi said the country's vaccination program has added great strength to the fight against COVID-19. He said the exercise has led to saving lives and thus protecting livelihoods. The Prime Minister said the role of our doctors, nurses and healthcare workers is exceptional, adding that when we see glimpses of people being vaccinated in remote areas or our healthcare workers taking the vaccines there, our hearts and minds are filled with pride. Mr. Modi also urged people to keep following all COVID-19 related protocols and overcome the pandemic. Home Minister Amit Shah has complimented Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the successful completion of 1 year of the country's vaccination drive. In a tweet, Mr. Shah said that with the efficient leadership, determination and continuous efforts of Mr. Modi, India has set an example for the world how the government and the people together can conquer impossible challenge. Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia today released a commemorative postal stamp on COVID-19 vaccine to mark the first anniversary of India's national COVID-19 vaccination program. The stamp signifies the remarkable work done by the frontline healthcare workers and scientific community across the country in protecting the people against the COVID pandemic. Speaking on the occasion, Dr. Mandavia said, "Today is an important day for everyone in the country has completed 1 year of the vaccination drive." The minister, the world is amazed by India's vaccination drive. He said 93% of people above 18 years are vaccinated with the first dose and 70% of the population is fully vaccinated.
135 करोड़ की आबादी वाला देश, huge population, huge diversity, अनेक विविधता में भी हिंदुस्तान ने 18 above के 97 3% लोगों को फर्स्ट डोज एडमिनिस्टर कर दिया.
Dr. Mandavia said some people started creating confusion even before the vaccines were rolled out, but Prime Minister Narendra Modi was dedicated and he encouraged Indian scientists and companies to continue the work. He congratulated health workers, scientists, vaccine manufacturing companies and all the citizens of the country who have become partners in the entire campaign.
हेल्थ कर्मियों, जब कोविड क्राइसिस पीक पर होती है और अपने स्वयं को इफेक्टेड होने की संभावना लगती है तो छुट्टी ले लेते थे, लेकिन मोदी जी ने हमारे हेल्थ कर्मियों के लिए ताली बजाई, प्रोत्साहित किया, थाली बजाई, प्रोत्साहित किया, हमारे फ्रंट लाइनर लोगों को प्रोत्साहित किया और उसका नतीजा ये निकला. कई हमारे डॉक्टर और हमारे पैरामेडिक स्टाफ ने अपने जान को गंवाया लेकिन अपनी ड्यूटी नहीं छोड़ी. ये समर्थ नेतृत्व की निशानी है दोस्तों और हिंदुस्तान की एक सफल गाथा है. हमारे डॉक्टर्स, हमारे पैरामेडिक स्टाफ, हमारे नर्सिस, हमारे लेबोरेटरी के वाले लोग, हमारे फ्रंट लाइनर लोग वो डटे रहे. सेकंड वेव में डेल्टा वेरिएंट घातक था, लेकिन कोई मरीज को हमारे हेल्थ कर्मियों ने हम ट्रीटमेंट नहीं करेंगे ऐसा नहीं कहा और ड्यूटी छोड़ के स्ट्राइक नहीं किया या तो नहीं घर पे चले गए.
Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia today said India has crossed 157 crore COVID vaccinations in just 1 year. In a tweet, the minister congratulated the people on this feat and said 16th of January will always be remembered. He said that India has emerged as an example in the world in fight against COVID with Prime Minister's mantra of Sabka Prayas. The COVID recovery rate of the country is 94.51%. Over 2,71,000 new cases recorded in the last 24 hours. A total of 7,743 Omicron cases have been detected so far, an increase of 28.17% since yesterday. Talking to AIR News about the achievements made in the vaccination drive in the last 1 year, Principal Government Medical College in Jammu, Dr. Shashi Sudan Sharma said that 100% vaccination for the first dose has been achieved in the Union Territory.
आज पूरा 1 बरस हो गया और बड़े गर्व के साथ हम ये घोषित करते हैं कि 100% लोग जो हैं वो अपनी पहली डोज ले चुके हैं और दूसरी डोज भी ऑलमोस्ट 98% कवर हो चुकी है. इसके अलावा 15 से 17 वर्ष के जो बच्चे थे जिनको 3 जनवरी को अभी स्टार्ट किया था कवर करना, 46% वो भी रिसीव कर चुके हैं अपनी ये वैक्सीन की डोज और 10 जनवरी को जो हमने प्रिकॉशन डोजेज शुरू की 70,000 डोजेज जिसमें हेल्थ केयर प्रोफेशनल, फ्रंट लाइन वर्कर्स और कोमॉर्बिडिटीज वाले या 60 प्लस जो हमारा बुजुर्ग वर्ग है उन्होंने भी ये रिसीव कर ली है.
Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur has said that more than 3 crore 25 lakh children have been administered the first dose of COVID vaccine in just 11 days. In a tweet, Mr. Thakur said that vaccination of children continues at a fast pace in the country. The COVID-19 vaccination for children in the age group of 15 to 18 years was started on the 3rd of this month.
The Jharkhand government has extended the existing COVID-19 restrictions in the state till 31st of January amidst rising COVID-19 cases. The Telangana government has also extended the holidays for educational institutions till the 30th of this month. More from our Hyderabad correspondent.
In the wake of surge in COVID-19 cases, especially the fast-spreading Omicron virus variant cases, the Telangana state government has earlier declared holidays to educational institutions on 8th of this month, much ahead of Sankranti festival. A day before the schools and colleges are to be reopened, the state government has now declared that holidays are extended till 30th of this month as the surge in COVID cases continued. Meanwhile, the state cabinet will be meeting tomorrow at 2 p.m. in Hyderabad under the chairmanship of the Chief Minister to discuss the latest COVID situation in the state and in the country, among others. Lakshmi, AIR News, Hyderabad.
Tamil Nadu government today decided to close schools from 1st to 12th standard till the 31st of this month. The government said that due to the pandemic concerns, the examinations which were to begin on 19th also stands postponed. The dates will be announced later. In our bilingual live phone-in program, Corona Jagrukta series, Dr. Harish Pemde, pediatrician, LHMC, New Delhi, will be with us tonight to answer the queries related to coronavirus. This live program can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards. Listeners can ask questions to the experts on telephone number 011-2342-1230 and 011-2342-1764. You can also post your queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR.
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. India marks 1 year of its nationwide vaccination drive against COVID-19. Over 157 crore doses administered so far. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says country's vaccination program helped in saving lives and protecting livelihoods. Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia releases commemorative postal stamp to mark 1 year of vaccination program. Prime Minister to deliver State of the World special address at World Economic Forum's Davos agenda through video conferencing tomorrow. First National Startup Day being observed today, Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh says Purple Revolution is Jammu and Kashmir's contribution to Startup India. 11 people die after consuming illicit liquor in Nalanda district of Bihar. IMD forecasts severe cold in Punjab, Haryana and Delhi for the next 2 days. Tsunami threat around Pacific Basin from huge undersea volcanic eruption begins to recede. In badminton, Lakshya Sen clinches men's singles title of Indian Open. Pair of Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty live the men's doubles trophy. Tennis star Novak Djokovic deported from Australia after losing legal battle to stay in the country. Australian Open begins tomorrow. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at @AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो खुद से वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे।
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
Welcome back to the evening news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will deliver State of the World special address at the World Economic Forum's Davos agenda tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. through video conferencing. The virtual event will be held from 17th to 21st January. It will also be addressed by several heads of state, including Prime Minister of Japan, Fumio Kishida, President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, Prime Minister of Australia, Scott Morrison, Prime Minister of Israel, Naftali Bennett, President of China, Xi Jinping, among others. The event will also witness participation of top industry leaders, international organizations and civil society who will deliberate on critical challenges being faced by the world today and discuss how to address them. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today held a pre-budget stakeholders consultations with BJP state party representatives. The representations were from industries, professionals, business communities, academicians, economists, including people from tribal and backward classes, and women community.
Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has said that IT industry can play a key role in raising services exports to $1 trillion per year in a decade. In the virtual meeting with the leaders of IT industry, Mr. Goyal said IT industry can become a bigger global player by focusing on new technologies. He said government will provide all help to IT firms to boost exports. The first National Startup Day is being observed today. The Prime Minister had yesterday announced that 16th of January will be celebrated as National Startup Day. Speaking at an event in New Delhi on the occasion today, Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh said, Purple Revolution is Jammu and Kashmir's contribution to Startup India. The Minister briefed about the Aroma mission launched by the Science and Technology Ministry through the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, which has led to the Purple Revolution in India. The Minister informed that the CSIR had introduced high-value essential oil-bearing lavender crop through its Jammu-based laboratory, Indian Institute of Integrative Medicines for cultivation in Doda, Kishtwar and Rajouri districts. Later, other districts including Ramban and Pulwama were also added. He said that in a brief span of time, aroma and lavender cultivation has become a popular option in farming for agricultural startup.
Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology has sought applications from 100 academia, research and development organizations, startups and MSMEs under its Chips to Startup program. The Chips to Startup C2S program aims to train 85,000 high-quality and qualified engineers in the area of very large-scale integration and embedded system design. In Bihar, 11 people have died due to consumption of spurious liquor in Nalanda district of the state. The incident occurred at a locality under Sohasarai police station of the district. District Magistrate Shashank Shubhankar told AIR News that 3 people are undergoing treatment in hospital and 2 of them have lost their sight. Family members of the deceased said the victims, who worked as construction laborers, had consumed spurious liquor together on Friday night and fell sick after reaching home. The SHO of Sosarai police station has been suspended and combing operations underway to unearth the illicit liquor activities. Bihar is a state where production, importation and sale of alcoholic beverages is prohibited by law.
In Punjab, the sitting Congress MLA from Moga, Dr. Harjot Kamal, has joined Bharatiya Janata Party after Congress formally announced actor Sonu Sood's younger sister Malvika Sood its candidate from the Moga Assembly seat yesterday. Dr. Harjot Kamal went to the state BJP office in Chandigarh yesterday, where the formal induction took place. He joined the BJP in the presence of senior party leaders, including Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. Noting that he worked for Congress for 21 years, the sitting Moga MLA questioned the party's choice of ignoring him and giving Sonu Sood the ticket. Ahead of the assembly polls in Uttar Pradesh, former IPS officer Asim Arun joined the Bharatiya Janata Party in Lucknow today in the presence of Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur and party state president Swatantra Dev Singh. He had recently resigned from his post as police commissioner of Kanpur. Meanwhile, former minister in the state government Tara Singh Chauhan formally joined the Samajwadi Party today. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events are being organized by the government as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News, Birth of a Nation.
India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
In today's episode, we remember scholar and social reformer Mahadev Govind Ranade, who died on 16th January 1901. He was among the founding members of Indian National Congress.
He also helped establish the Prarthana Samaj, the Pune Sarvajanik Sabha and Maharashtra Granthotejak Sabha. He also edited a Bombay Anglo-Marathi daily, the Indu Prakash. He worked as a member of the Bombay Legislative Council, member of the Finance Committee and judge of the Bombay High Court.
Born on 18th January 1842 in Nashik district, Ranade belonged to the first batch of students of University of Bombay. After completing his education, he joined as a subordinate judge at Pune in 1871. Ranade also led an active social and political life, and the British colonial authorities delayed his promotion to the Bombay High Court until 1895.
Ranade led the Indian social reform movement to humanize, equalize and spiritualize the Indian society. In 1861, when he was still a teenager, Ranade co-founded the Widow Marriage Association, which promoted marriage for Hindu widows. Through the Prarthana Samaj, he championed upholding the devotional aspect of Hinduism while denouncing rigid social structures and customs.
He founded the Social Conference movement, directing his social reform efforts against child marriage, caste restrictions on travelling abroad, and advocating widow remarriage and female education. He campaigned against the Parda system.
Ranade has been called the father of Indian economics for urging the British government to initiate industrialization and state welfare programs. Ranade inspired many other Indian social reformers, most notably the educator and legislator Gopal Krishna Gokhale, who carried on Ranade's reform work after his death on 16 January 1901. We salute the great Indian.
We also remember one of the most popular Indian authors of all time, Sarat Chandra Chattopadhyay, who died on 16th January 1938. He championed the cause of the women and oppressed castes. In one of his speeches, Chattopadhyay had underlined his philosophy towards writing.
Those who have given their all to this world and got nothing in return, the deprived, the weak, the oppressed, their pain has unlocked my lips.
Chattopadhyay also played a role in India's freedom movement. From 1921 to 1936, he served as the president of Indian National Congress, Howrah branch. His book, Pathe Dabi, is the story of a secret society which aims to free India from the colonial rule.
Its protagonist, Sabyasachi, is the leader of the organization. The story touches upon contemporary issues such as untouchability, orthodoxy, rich-poor divide, and the status of women in the society.
He used to visit villages and mingle with the villagers. The experience that he gathered was a reason of unique and elegant style of his literary works. The great writer passed away on 16th January 1938. We salute the great nationalist writer.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
To commemorate the occasion as a Janutsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The quiz is being conducted every Monday and Tuesday in the morning news. The next question of Amrit Mahotsav quiz will be shared with listeners tomorrow. Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase hallmarked gold jewelry. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helpline's toll-free number 14404. Issued in public interest by Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India. Jago Grahak Jago. A young Lomni artist from Maharashtra has won a gold medal at the International Folk Art Festival in Dubai. Artist Sumit Bhale from Pathri in Fulbari Taluka of Maharashtra represented the state in the International Folk Art Festival held in Dubai. India Meteorological Department IMD has forecast cold day to severe cold day conditions in Punjab, Haryana and Delhi in next 2 days. Talking to AIR News, Director General IMD Mrityunjay Mahapatra said, cold day condition is also likely in West Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan over the next 2 days.
Cold day to severe cold day conditions are prevailing over some parts of the plains of northwest India, including Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, northern parts of Rajasthan and western parts of Uttar Pradesh. It is mainly because of the fact that after the passage of the active western disturbance, cold and dry northwesterly winds are prevailing over the plains. This condition is likely to continue for next 2 days, and hence we can expect cold day to severe cold day conditions in some parts of Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, North Rajasthan and Northwest UP during next 2 days. The public should take care to keep themselves safe and secure from the impact of cold day and the severe cold day conditions.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi will have moderate fog. Mumbai is expected to have mainly clear sky. Chennai will have generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. Kolkata will have fog and mist in the morning and mainly clear sky later. Srinagar and Leh will have generally cloudy sky. Jammu will have fog and mist in the morning and partly cloudy sky later. Gilgit will have rain or snow. Muzaffarabad will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Hyderabad and Visakhapatnam will have partly cloudy sky with haze. Guwahati and Imphal will have fog and mist in the morning and mainly clear sky later.
The tsunami threat around the Pacific Basin from a powerful underwater volcano eruption off the coast of Tonga began to recede today. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center said the threat had receded, but coastal areas should remain alert for strong or unusual currents. The US and Japan earlier warned people to move away from the coastal areas. Meanwhile, there were no immediate reports of injuries or the extent of the damage. The Tongans have fled to higher ground as an undersea volcano erupted, sending a plume of ash, steam and gas rising high into the atmosphere. The roar from the eruption was reportedly heard 10,000 kilometers away in Alaska. The seismic force sent powerful waves crashing into coastlines from Japan to the United States. The eruption knocked out the internet and disrupted communication with Fiji. Tonga receives its internet through an undersea cable from Fiji. New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said at a press briefing today that Tonga's capital, Nuku'alofa, suffered significant damage. It proved to be a blockbuster Sunday for the Indians in the badminton arena after Lakshya Sen clinched the men's singles title of the India Open, while pair of Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty lifted the men's doubles trophy at the tournament in New Delhi today. World Championship bronze medalist Lakshya defeated reigning world champion Law Keen Yew of Singapore 24-22, 21-17 in the summit clash this evening. Earlier in the day, India's top-ranked men's double pair of Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty beat the top-seeded Indonesian pair of Mohammad Ehsan and Hendra Setiawan 21-16, 26-24 in the final in 43 minutes. Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Thakur has congratulated badminton players Satvik Sairaj and Chirag Shetty for becoming the first Indian men's doubles pair to win the India Open tournament. In a tweet, the minister said the duo aced it in a thrilling game. Mr. Thakur also congratulated Lakshya Sen on winning men's singles title at the tournament. Tennis star Novak Djokovic was deported from Australia today after losing a last-ditch bid to stay in the country when its court upheld a government deportation order. Judges rejected a challenge launched by the unvaccinated tennis player after the government cancelled his visa on health and good order grounds. The three federal court judges sided with Immigration Minister Alex Hawke's decision made on Friday to cancel Djokovic's visa on public interest grounds. Djokovic in a statement has said that he was disappointed over the Australian Federal Court's ruling. Djokovic's visa was cancelled after arriving in Australia as he had not been vaccinated against coronavirus. This ensued a 10-day-long court battle which came to end after today's ruling. With the decision, the world number one lost his chance of defending his Australian Open title and winning a record 21st Grand Slam in Melbourne. The Australian Open tournament begins tomorrow with crowds at the show court set to be restricted to 50% capacity due to COVID-19 restrictions. Djokovic is being replaced by little-known Italian Salvatore Caruso, who ranks number 150 in the world. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. India marks 1 year of its nationwide vaccination drive against COVID-19. Over 157 crore doses administered so far. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says country's vaccination program helped in saving lives and protecting livelihoods. Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia releases commemorative postal stamp to mark 1 year of vaccination program. Prime Minister to deliver State of the World special address at World Economic Forum's Davos agenda through video conferencing tomorrow. First national startup being observed today. 11 people die after consuming illicit liquor in Nalanda district of Bihar. IMD forecasts severe cold in Punjab, Haryana, Delhi for the next 2 days. Tsunami threat around Pacific Basin from huge undersea volcanic eruption begins to recede. In badminton, Lakshya Sen clinches men's singles title of India Open. Pair of Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty lift men's doubles trophy. Tennis star Novak Djokovic deported from Australia after losing legal battle to stay in the country. Australian Open begins tomorrow. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.